Summit's saying on like his hardware that he uses.
Yeah.
Says he uses the same camera that I have.
Then why
But
does
if you,
yours look worse?
Um,
I
you
don't.
can look up videos on YouTube on how to make your cameras look better,
Oh
even
yeah,
if
I
they're
mean I
not.
haven't.
Um, there's software you can download. There's things that you
Mine
can
don't
plug
look that
that.
bad. What you mean?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks pretty
buddy,
good.
do that.
Do
Do
what?
what Summit did.
What do you do?
I don't know. Fixed up his camera.
My camera don't look bad. My camera looks pretty good.
And I mean, it doesn't look like his, no. But there's stuff you can plug your camera or audio or anything up to and mess with it on the hardware, and it'll make things look better.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm sure there is.
Okay.
I'm just saying if you look up my camera on like on Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
I got mine for like $70. They're like $250 now.
You sure it's the exact same one?
Yeah, because
Konnichiwa, bitches. What's up, Bunny Bacon?
when I look up my orders and I click on that camera, that's what pops up.
Huh.
I can show you. Watch. I'll show you.
I mean, I'm not trying to doubt you. I'm just saying sometimes they add like a letter or number or something that makes all the difference.
It may. And this does have. I mean, it probably ain't the same one. God, how do I fuck? I want to scroll down. I bet you that's what it is too. The way everything was set up on it, it looked like it was the same one, but I don't think it is. Why can I not? Where's the fucking scroll down on this shit? Why can I not scroll down? Oh well.
About tempted to change my name to Wu-Tang Clan. That way y'all know I ain't nothing to fuck with. God damn it, buddy. That's pretty good. Okay, so I figure we can spend most of this episode just talking about the Valorant hype, you know, giving our opinion on whether we think Valorant is worth the hype so far, just from what experience we have. And Wally will have a unique viewpoint in this because he hasn't played it.
You want me to kill you? Is that what you want?
Dude, I'm waiting for it.
Allegedly.
I'm waiting for death. Oh yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly what?
Kill me allegedly.
No, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh shit. What
No,
if you had
allegedly.
what?
So there's no allegedly. You're dead.
Oh. What if you had an identical twin that did porn and you like went to the grocery store and they're like, OMG, I saw you take 3 dicks at once while wearing a turtle costume, and you're like, God damn it, Gary. Jesus Christ. He saw that on his Facebook. It's fucking, that's just silly. Anyways, so
See, look at this is the exact one I have,
okay.
and it's 240.
Okay.
That's used,
That's pretty cool.
and I paid $69.50.
God damn.
But if you go,
And it's got the X on the end and everything?
mine does, yeah.
Okay.
See, I don't know. I don't think Summit says though. But when you click on it, that's what pops up. Is those like right here? See, he's just got the C922. I don't know what the difference in the X and the regular.
I don't know. Well, see, that says
1080p maybe? I don't know.
This one's cheaper than that one.
1080p.
HD 720 60 frames. This is the one I have.
Yeah, see, that one
And
says
it's more
720 and
expensive.
that one says 1080, so I would assume...
Oh, this one does 720 and 30 frames. Alright, I see it now.
I don't know.
But why would this one? I don't understand why this one would be more expensive.
I have no idea. I always wondered if male porn stars get noticed when they go out in public. I'm sure they get noticed. Now,
Johnny
do they still have fan interactions? And I don't know about that. I feel like there's a lot more, maybe by women, but I feel like there's a lot of dudes who are like, recognize them, but they're not going to say anything about it. They're like, ugh. A lot of straight dudes, at least. Because women act like they don't watch porn, but we all know they do, so I wonder if they stare and try to act like they don't know how you're packing heat, but know full well they couldn't take the whole thing, but kind of want to try anyway. Am I right, Sinfuck? Says Bunny Bacon. God damn it. Sinfus knows all about...
thing.
He knows all about packing heat and packing fudge and whatnot.
Shit.
God damn it.
Back.
Got that long dick.
That's right.
They gonna learn today.
Anyways, for me and you talking about Valorant this episode, I figure we could just, like I said, talk about, do we think the hype's worth it? Compare it to CS. Compare it to Overwatch, because everyone else is, so we can at least talk about differences and similarities between that and Overwatch. How do we think it's going to do in the future? Do we think Riot's going to handle it? What, that kind of stuff. And now that's a lot of questions I just threw out there. So I'm going to need the chat to hit me with those questions again later, because I don't have them written down. I'm not going to remember them. Think it's a merge between Overwatch and CS, kind of in between? Well, we'll discuss it. We're going to discuss it when we're all ready to go. Uh-oh. There he goes. He's out. He's out of this. Let me also do that. While you guys are waiting, I'll just give you an ad. No, I'm kidding. But I can do this. I just like that. I like that I have one of those now. I wonder how many people get here before we actually start recording the podcast, when we're just fucking off and like doing weird shit and just are like, I'm not watching this. Here he is. I don't know where Taylor went. He had his camera on for a second and then left.
Yeah, I saw him. I think a lot of my camera stuff has to do with lighting too.
He forgot to put on pants. Yeah, that's definitely it. Some it has the O lights in there, like the big O lights.
I want to get some of them. I mean, and I think that's like literally like most.
Big old lights.
Yeah, like we have a O light around the Keo, me and you, but he's got like a big version that's really bright, which most streamers have.
Not really an O light, but yeah, it's one of the. It's like a.
It's a streaming light.
Yeah, it's one of the big lights. It might not be an O light. He might have one of the ones that's like flat in just a box.
Yeah. He has two lights. He has a lamp, and he has like just one white light.
Yeah, that's the white light. All right. You jerking it over there or something, man, or what's going on?
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
He started the stream, and he was like, man, if I stand up, I'm going to need some pants on. Area.
I'm here.
Yeah. Alright. Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Darksky Gaming Podcast. And we're taking a unique approach to this one. We're not talking about a genre. We're not talking about, the latest news or anything like that. We're talking one
Talk
specific
about
game.
video games.
We're talking about video games. We're talking about one specific video game this time. Valorant and the hype behind it. So, welcome. I guess to get it started, last episode, like normal, was role-playing games. So go back and check that one out if you guys haven't seen that. And we covered all kinds of RPGs. We ended up talking more about MMOs and stuff with RuneScape, World of Warcraft and stuff. But we also started doing other stuff, talking about other stuff in there, other games, ARPGs and JRPGs and stuff. Well, tonight is our first episode trying to focus on one specific game. We're going to compare it to a couple other games and stuff like that. But for the most part, this one's just going to be about Valorant, which, if you haven't heard, is the newest, biggest FPS game on the market right now. Although I wouldn't say on the market completely because you can't buy it. It's not released yet. It's only in beta. But if you looked at Twitch numbers, you would think it's the biggest fucking game ever. And I mean, for the most part, it is at the moment. With over 1.6, 1.8 million viewers on Twitch, getting closer to 2 million on some days. It may have passed 2 million some days, I don't know. But huge numbers on Twitch. It's a shooter in the same vein as CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. If you don't know that, that's Valve's shooter, huge esport, one of the biggest shooter esports of all time. And here comes Riot knocking on their fucking door, trying to claim that crown, trying to take the crown, I guess. Just to give you guys an idea of what experience we're going into this with, I have access to the beta. I've played the beta. I've streamed it a little bit. I haven't put a whole lot of time into it. And I'm not great at CSGO. I'm not coming from a big background of being a professional CSGO player or even an amateur player. I'm only alright. And Simphus over there has access to it as well. And we've talked about it before. He's a huge fan of CSGO. He's very good at CSGO. At one point being LEM. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the one right under Global Elite?
No, it's like 2 off.
Two off?
2 off from that. Then on ESCA, I was, I think, almost rank A.
Okay. So he's pretty far up there. He's pretty damn good at one point. And well, he's still pretty good, but he was really good at one point. Okay.
Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong button.
And so basically, he's got the most experience with CS:GO, Valorant, than any of us. I've got a little bit of experience from both, a casual person's perspective on it, and then we've got Bearded Moors, who doesn't have access to Valorant, and even though he's been trying, bless his heart, he's been trying, and I don't think, have you played CS:GO at all?
Yeah, I played CSGO.
I thought you didn't put too much time into it, though.
No, I haven't put a lot of time into it.
You just played a little bit. So,
Yeah.
I would say,
Okay,
I guess...
yeah. I think if I had played it more, I'd be pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I just never played it.
So, I guess to really start off the discussion on this is this game used to be called Project A when it was announced. It's now Valorant. It's out. There's a lot of hype. There was a lot of hype before the game even came out in beta or anything. And now there's a massive amount of fucking hype. Do you guys think it's worth it from what you've seen?
So far, yeah.
You think this one's worth the hype? Because I know when you say that, a lot of people are going to come into that and be like, because, No Man's Sky, there's been a lot of fucking games that have come out super hyped, Destiny, and just did not live up to the hype. And you think this one does?
Maybe.
Maybe. God damn it. Why do you think it lives up to the hype?
It's like, I mean, it's another game like Counter-Strike pretty much. It's basically what most people have been waiting on, that's getting tired of Counter-Strike because they're not fixing their crap.
Yeah. So do you think they, so far, deliver on everything they've promised? That being 128 tick rate server, all the time. Like you don't have to pay anything for that, and low ping, and just high frames in general. Being the game being very well optimized, no cheaters. Do you think it's delivered on all of that?
So far, yeah. The game feels really good to me.
Mm.
Because one problem that I have on Counter-Strike is I can't tell you how many times I've shot someone in the head and Counter-Strike didn't register it at all.
Okay.
And it either just completely went through them, or it's hard to explain that, because sometimes when you get a headshot, or you can go to a private match and you can pull some stuff up. So whenever you shoot somebody, you can see where their body was and where you hit them at in the head and where their body is actually at.
Yeah.
But so far, every headshot that I've hit on Valorant was a headshot. It didn't go through them. It didn't go around them. It was a headshot. It So far, the shooting feels great. I love the shooting. The characters are not too bad. I mean, eventually, they said like they'll either nerf some or they'll do some other stuff to kind of balance it.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't had a problem with the game.
Mm-hmm.
The
To expand
servers
on
are running good. 128 tick feels good.
Yeah. To expand on that, for those that don't know, Valorant, the thing that sets it apart from Counter-Strike is it does a very Overwatch thing. That's what people are comparing it to, at least, in the way of, instead of, like, Counter-Strike is counter-terrorists versus terrorists. One side sets a bomb down, the other side tries to defuse it. Usually, I'd say 60 to 70% of the time, it comes down to the teams just killing each other, because it's elimination, it's not respawn. So if you kill everyone, you win that way too. So it's taking the Counter-Strike objective style gameplay, it's taking the shooting mechanics where it's not necessarily, I don't know the best way to put it. It's a different shooting style for sure for a video game compared to everything else, Battlefield, Call of Duty, anything else. It's its own thing. And they're taking the characters, using a class system and abilities and everything like Overwatch does. And they're combining the two, basically. But to buy the characters' abilities and such, you have to, or to be able to use their abilities, you have to buy them. Like you would on Counter-Strike to buy tacticals and lethals. Instead, you're purchasing these abilities through the buy menu like you would buy a gun and stuff. And you still buy those things too on Valorant. But, so, just from Simphus's point of view, which one do you prefer? Just from a Counter-Strike player's point of view, which one do you prefer right now?
I'd have to choose Valorant right now.
Now-
I've put over 2,000 hours in Counter Strike,
Yeah. Now, do you think
but
that's just...
that could also be a factor in that I've played so much Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's what I
don't
was
really
gonna
put
ask.
it like Counter Strike in its prime versus Valorant now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best way to ask that for sure.
I mean, back when it was a prime, it was fucking great. That's why I have 2,000 hours into the game. But again, even back then, the bullets and stuff wasn't registering and stuff, and it would honestly, that game pissed me off a lot because of it. because they won't fix the game. All they do is add new skins to the game.
Yeah.
So they can make more money off people opening crates. I love the crate openings, but at the same time, they need to fix their game before they release more skins.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem to be their plan. So
Yeah.
I'm swapping to Valorant for now.
So it seems like what I'm gathering is it seems like Valve is more focused on perhaps the monetization and making money off of the game at this point versus actually trying to make the game good again.
Yeah, pretty much. It's one like here's the thing. If they like I'll come back to Counter-Strike every now and then just to play, it's a fun game, but it's super competitive. But until they fix what they need to fix, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna put all those hours in like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just no point. But they said something they're working on putting a new engine in it or something.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. We'll see if that changes some stuff.
Yeah, because Counter-Strike runs off the Source engine, which is the same engine they've used for literally everything since the dawn of time. Them specifically, Valve. And now I guess they have the Source 2 engine, or maybe that's the one they're using now. And
they haven't swapped Counter-Strike over to it yet, but
okay.
like this, they talked about this like a year ago, which I got super hyped for, but it never happened.
Yeah, I do remember you telling me that you were getting super excited for Counter-Strike again because they had announced a bunch of things for it, such as swapping it over to a new engine. And I think that was around the same time they announced the Battle Royale for Counter-Strike as well.
Yeah.
And a bunch of changes started being announced. I don't want to say they came to the game, but being announced for the game. And, I mean, have we seen a whole lot of those besides Battle Royale? Like, have they actually kept to their word on that?
I mean, they kept their word on skins. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
They did a few map changes. Like, they're trying to make the old maps. They're trying to spice it up, I guess. They're like add new stuff, which is fun. It's good. Adds a little bit dynamic to the gameplay because now there's other places that you have to peek because now there's a different spot.
I'm gonna need you to stop for a second. Fucking Audacity just crashed on me, bro.
No.
I mean, we're only 12 minutes in, but Jesus.
Podcast over.
God damn it, dude.
Now we gotta go back and re-say all of that.
Well,
I don't remember half that crap.
Well, y'all do. Y'all don't.
Yeah.
I just let me take care of it, boys. I got
God
you.
damn it.
Hey everybody, welcome once back
Jesus.
again to the
Hold on.
Darksky podcast.
Okay.
Last week we talked about role-playing games.
Welcome to where everything's fucked.
I have it pulled up again. Talk for me.
La 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 la.
Okay, now it's not picking you guys up for some reason.
Shit!
Podcast over, boys.
Oh, hold on.
it.
Talk now.
Ah!
Okay, yeah, it's good now. I would have liked if it would have saved everything we had just done at least, but it fucking didn't. Okay. Sorry
Damn,
for the
boy.
Twitch viewers playing Valorant while listening to this. Sorry for the Twitch viewers in the re-upload to YouTube. I'll take it in and cut out that first part, I guess, for YouTube, so that you guys don't have to hear the same things twice. But even though I'm lazy, I'm so lazy. Sorry for the technical
That hard to
difficulties.
do. You just
No, it's literally just cut a part out. But
yeah.
I hate that because I don't render it or anything. I rip it from Twitch, put it on YouTube usually. But all right. Hey guys, welcome to the Dark Sky Gaming Podcast. Again, you'll get that in a minute. This episode isn't going to be about focused on a genre. It's not going to be focused on any breaking news in the gaming industry. It's going to be 100% based on Valorant and the hype around it. So welcome. Alright, guys. So, to start the episode again, first, let me tell you, we've already done 12 minutes of this fucking podcast today. We're going to have to reiterate a bunch of shit because Audacity decided today was the day that it crashed.
Audacity had the audacity to close down.
Yeah, so we've got to restart. So to recap, the last episode was about RPGs. Now we focused on kind of more MMORPGs for a little bit more than anything else. It was like RuneScape and World of Warcraft and stuff like that. But we also covered ARPGs, action RPGs, JRPGs, and all kinds of other stuff. I also quickly acknowledged on there how D&D kind of set up the whole RPG thing too. Eventually, we're still going to do a D&D episode, but like centered completely on that. But anyways, today though, we're talking about Valorant. For those that don't know, Valorant is a first-person shooter, competitive first-person shooter, made by Riot to compete with Valve's first-person shooter that has pretty much ran the FPS esport industry forever. Pretty much. Ever since like Quake and all that stuff died off, it kind of switched over to CSGO. So Riot has now come with their own development in that industry to take the crown from CSGO, as I said once before tonight. And for those that don't know, I didn't say this earlier, but now I got the chance. Riot created League of Legends, which is one of the other, probably the biggest esport in the world right now, and has been probably for the last,
I think besides Dota.
5-6 years. No, it's bigger than Dota.
Fuck Dota. Bigger than Dota?
It's way bigger than Dota, man. It passed.
Dota
surpassed.
was like the number one game out there.
Yeah, it surpassed Dota years ago. Like, literal years, like 5 years ago. But League of Legends has ran fucking esports at this point for several years now. So, yeah. But now Riot is stepping into the other genres of video games. They've got a couple single-player games and stuff coming too, and they've also competed now with Hearthstone with their own card game called Legends of Runeterra. But now they're stepping in the shoes of the first-person shooter giants, the jocks of the gaming industry, and they're trying to tackle that with Valorant. Valorant is a first-person shooter that takes the gunplay and gun mechanics of Counter-Strike Global Offensive and general map layouts and the general objective mode from Counter-Strike, which is plant a bomb, the other team tries to defuse the bomb, or you can kill each other because there's no respawns, it's elimination, and win that way too. So, there's several different ways you can do that. Well, 2 different ways you can do that. And that's what CSGO is. And Valorant takes that, now throws in Overwatch class-based skills, stuff like that, and kind of a cartoonier look as well. And it's being compared a lot, very wildly, to both. Obviously, it's meant to compete with CSGO and take the crown from CSGO, but people are also comparing it to Overwatch a lot, and I get it.
In a way, it is.
But I mean,
literally a mix of Overwatch and CS:GO.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's 100% valid. It's just there's a lot of people really comparing it to Overwatch more, and I don't think so. It's got the skills. That's
got the like class bases of it, and that's really it.
Exactly. Anyways, so to give you guys an idea of our experience coming into this, I have Valorant access, and I've also played CSGO. I haven't put a whole lot of time in CSGO. I'm not very good at CSGO. But I tried. And I do like the game. It is fun. It's just...
Very
the toxic,
skill based.
well, the toxic community is what keeps me
That too.
away from it.
Well, I
And-
think just because it's so competitive and
Yeah, I mean, that's
know,
it.
people just get mad at the stupidest shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then... So I've got a little bit of experience with both. I like both. They're cool. Simphus over there has the most experience out of all of us. He put over 2,000 hours into CSGO. He was LEM at one point, and on ESEA he was on almost A, you said?
Yeah, it's almost rank A.
And so he's got a fuck ton of experience with Counter-Strike Global Offensive. He was very good at the game. He is very good at the game. And so far, it looks like he's pretty decent at Valorant, too. And he's been putting some time in.
It took me like... After the first game was alright. But the first game was just trying to figure out how to shoot.
Yeah.
And figure out some abilities. Second game, I already started wrecking people.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went that way the whole entire time I played.
Yeah.
That stream.
And then Bearded Moors has a little experience with Counter-Strike and none with Valorant yet because he hasn't got to play it. But he has watched a lot to try to get access to it. So he's kind of providing the outsider perspective on this one, which is funny because normally I'm the one providing outsider perspective compared to them because they usually have the same experience or ideas, and I'm coming in as the single player guy. So it's interesting dynamic tonight. But anyways, we're gonna get into it first with Valorant has had a lot of hype around it. Simphus, do you think it's worth the hype? Now, the hype being a lot of people ever since it was announced, but it's bigger now.
I feel like there's definitely hype behind it, but at the same time, this hype is gonna die down pretty quick.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it always does.
Yeah, but
Yep.
The hype around the game is basically the fact that they promise 128 tick rate servers all the time. You don't have to pay for them, and the game's going to be free to play. So there's that as well. While CSGO doesn't, I think you have to pay for 120.
No, maybe that one.
Yeah. The
you
only
have to
way
pay to play in like the league, don't you?
the only way to play like 128 tick servers is to either play like ESEA, Face It, or there's I don't play it anymore, so I think I uninstalled it. I don't know. There's another one that you can play that has 128 tick, but
It used to be pay to play, just regular, didn't it?
Yeah, Counter-Strike
Yeah,
used
you
to have
had to
to
pay
pay
like 20
for
bucks.
it. Yeah, you used to have to pay for it to play it. And of course, it was 60 tick, which I mean, I didn't have a huge problem with the 60 tick.
Yep.
But then I would switch over and play like ESEA and play 128 tick, and it would just always feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, Face It and ESA and stuff like that, you don't run into cheaters as much because they actually have like a better anti-cheat system
Mm-hmm.
than just regular Counter-Strike. Because then as soon as Counter-Strike went free to play, a flood of cheaters just went straight into
that
the game.
was a big deal with me playing Counter-Strike because I didn't start playing it until after it was free to play.
Yeah.
So
So that's generally what's built the hype around Valorant, and it's also been built from the ground up to oppose cheaters, to try to keep cheaters out, and with the tick rate, and it's trying to compete with CS and everything. Do you think, I know I asked you this earlier, but I have to ask again, do you think Simphus, of those things that they promised, are they living up to those? Do you think they're doing a good job of living up to those so far? It's just a beta, and obviously it's going to have its issues, but just from the beta, do you think it's You think it's doing well?
So far, I think they nailed it for a beta. I like me personally, I haven't run into like any bugs yet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I was expecting. I was expecting to see some bugs, some stuff happening, but so far no bugs. Everything's running pretty good. Uh, I never had any server issues. Like I played 11 hours straight and didn't have any issues with the servers, so the servers were good for me.
Yeah.
Apparently, the servers got overwhelmed, so they stopped doing the drops for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
But
was
I'm
either
I'm
last
assuming
night or
that
the
they
day
figured
before.
that out,
Yeah.
and since they're doing drops again, I'm
Now,
guessing servers are good to go.
and
But I haven't had any trouble with it so far.
yeah. And to ask you the question again, as a CS player, someone who likes CS, put over 2,000 hours into it, do you, at comparing it to its prime, so that we cover that ahead of time, comparing it to CSGO in its prime, do you prefer Valorant over CSGO so far?
Yeah, I'll definitely prefer Valorant over Counter Strike right now.
Now, um, I know you gave us details on that earlier, but can you go into detail on why you prefer it? Like, what has Valve been doing that's fucked it up?
Uh, so I would probably stick with Counter Strike a little bit more if they started fixing most of their stuff, because there's a lot of headshots that don't register on the game. I've seen it multiple times. There's been multiple times where I'm gonna look up his name real quick while I talk. But there people have made a ton of videos of them standing still, scoped in with an op. Someone peeks them, they shoot them in the chest, and it doesn't hit. Or yeah, it doesn't hit like at all.
Hmm.
We don't know where the bullet went, but you can slow down the video, and you'll see right where he shoots, and nothing hits. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, that person, since apparently you missed to the game, the game registered as you missed, even though you hit him straight in the chest.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean that's a huge disadvantage, because if yours just went through them, they're just gonna peek and kill you at that point.
Mm.
So one person that I will say that you can watch is Nick Bunyan. He has a few videos where he literally made Valve or CS:GO, please fix this.
Yeah.
And so far they have not, because it honestly happens to him a lot.
Now, I know you're very passionate about what they're doing instead of fixing things, and you wanna give everybody a description of what Valve has been doing with Counter Strike besides fixing the issues.
Yeah, mostly Counter Strike is just trying to get more money at this point. All they're doing is it's just skins at this point. They changed the map a little bit to make it look a little bit better, but not a whole lot. There's I think they'll do a lot better once they get their new engine in it.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, they're just not fixing their game. They're
Yeah.
just trying to get more money out of it at this point.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about earlier too, was the fact that pretty much all the Valve games have been running off of the same fucking engine since the beginning of time, and now they're switching it up finally and trying to put CS into Source 2, which is the newer engine, and they're trying to update it and stuff. And that's what they promised here, like last year or whenever, when they also promised Battle Royale, which did come out, and I guess new more skins and a bunch of fixes and stuff. And as Simphus has been saying, they haven't really held true to that. Now, this isn't an episode, obviously, just sitting here dogging on Valve, because they've been up to some good things lately. They put out Half-Life Alyx and people like that. But they also put out Artifact, and people didn't like that. So, um, Valve's on a good, probably 60-40 disapproval rating right now. But I think they're trying. They're trying to save themselves. I don't think they're ever going to do anything to fix CS at this point. Having said that, Simphus, do you think, or Bearded Mars, do you guys think that Valorant will force Valve into fixing it, or do you think
Yes.
they'll be okay with it just dying?
No, I bet you they'll be forced to fix it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's a big chunk of their money.
They're gonna lose a lot of Counter-Strike players.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk of their money. People buying cases and stuff, and nobody wants to. If Valorant's better, then they're not gonna make no money.
And what's crazy is I know Valorant is free to play and CS:GO is now, but it's just like so far it seems like you get those Valorant, you get some kind of riot points or something for playing Valorant. So from what it seems like, you can unlock plenty of stuff without ever dropping a dime.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you can on CS. I haven't put that much time into trying to get drops and stuff, but I was pretty sure. Don't you have to pay for like any case to open it, or are there free
You
cases?
got buy for the. You got. Well,
Yeah,
sometimes
buy
you get
keys
free.
to
You get
open
free
You have to buy a
cases.
key.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah,
buy
the cases are
cases,
free.
and then you got to buy keys to open the cases.
Yeah,
Yeah, every few games, you can get lucky. You can either get a random crate that you can open up once you buy the key for it, or sometimes you get a random skin at the
Okay.
same time.
so you,
But most of the skins that you get are about 3 to 4 cents. So
like the basic ones.
yeah, I think the highest one I ever got on a drop was like $1.26. That's about as high as it went. But I like one of my friends, Maverick, he got like a skin that was like $30 at one point. So there is a chance, but it is a real low chance of getting a good skin on the job.
Yeah.
Because like even now, even the 2,000 hours I put in, the most I got was $1.26 off of the skin.
So you get shit skins for free, but you can get some free skins on Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I've always ever seen people get cases.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can get cases too.
Yeah. See,
But you gotta
go on.
spend the $250 to get the key for it,
Yeah.
or however
Yeah.
much it is.
Most likely, you're either going to get a case or you're going to get a shit skin. That's That's all that is.
See, so far, I mean, I haven't gotten any like skins or anything off Valorant, but it has other things that you can unlock as well as you progress, like titles and little cards and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's not as cool as skins, but still, that's something else that you can get without ever having to drop a dime. And I'm sure there will be some skins that are free to unlock on there as well. I'm sure there are. I haven't put enough time into Valorant to know, but it seems pretty much like, and I'm sure Riot will monetize Valorant, but it seems very much like Riot is less worried about the monetization at the moment and just more worried about making the better competitive FPS game for like a whole new generation.
Oh yeah,
Would you
this will
guys-
be Counter-Strike for the newer generation,
Yeah.
basically.
Would you guys agree that it seems like Riot's focusing more on actual just the game instead of money?
Oh yeah, so far
Yeah.
so far we got to hear some interviews. We got to hear some like Q&As go off.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that they're talking about is making sure the game is balanced at this point.
Mhm.
They said that they're going to add new characters and stuff like that, but only when it feels right. They don't want to like just pop out a bunch of new characters out of nowhere. They'll release one every now and then.
I would say I don't think that they'll. I don't know for sure, but I I feel like putting too many characters on there is it's just gonna be too much.
Yeah.
So far, if I remember right, I think they only have like 3 or 4 extra characters that are not in the game yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's fine. I mean, characters are cool, I guess, because I mean you get different abilities, but at the same time, they could release a character that is super OP,
Yeah.
and that will just change the game because then that character is going to be meta
Yeah.
until it gets nerfed or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
So it's very dangerous to put out some more, but so far it's not bad. We're in the beta stage. The game's not released yet. There's no ranked mode yet. So
Yeah.
they're fine until rank mode comes out. Because as soon as rank mode comes out,
That's when
that's when people are
balancing.
going to start. Yeah, that's when they're going to start taking it serious
Yeah.
because they want to rank up. They want to get to the highest rank. But out of nowhere, if a character comes out and it just switches the game up, because Counter-Strike did the same thing. Rank and stuff, of course, was always like been out forever.
Yeah.
Then eventually they brought out a new pistol called the R8 revolver. That thing was a sniper rifle and it was 100% accurate. And you could fan it too to
Oh.
shoot it even faster. So it was like a Barrett 50 cal back on MW2 with a modded trigger almost. You could fucking spam that pistol and insta kill everybody with 100% accuracy from across the map. It absolutely ruined the game. I stopped playing Counter Strike until I got a patch note saying that they fixed it. That's how bad it was because every competitive game that I played, they were using the R8,
Yeah.
and it was just stupid at that point. So that's what Valorant's gonna have to watch out for, is test out the person before they bring it into the game.
Yeah.
Because they did not do that with Counter Strike with the R8. They said they just released it, which was dumb.
Yeah.
If anything, they should have made it more like the Deagle.
Mm-hmm.
That would have made more sense.
Yeah. Now, do you think, and okay, let me preface this statement with this. My question is going to be, what do you guys think about characters with skills and stuff being in Valorant? But before I finish that, before we actually get to that, I want to also throw out there that for Riot to get away with making basically what is a CSGO clone, I don't want to call it that because I feel like I insult the developers, but at the end of the day, that's kind of what it's supposed to be, is a CSGO clone and competitor. So to make it their own thing, to where they wouldn't have got in any kind of trouble or gotten any super hard backlash, they had to do something that set them apart from CSGO. And I think that was their way of competing with Overwatch and CSGO both, is they were like, hey, we'll make a unique game if we take CSGO, clone it, throw in Overwatch stuff, like abilities and classes and stuff. So
I think that's going to keep everything interesting.
yeah. So do you, onto the question, do you guys like the abilities, or would you prefer it without the abilities and stuff?
I like it because it's something different, which I haven't played it yet, but you know.
Yeah. What do you think, Symphus?
I feel like it's a really good thing. Because I think once people start mastering these characters, the skill gap is going to jump a lot. Because it's not just going to be based off shooting anymore. It's going to be based on if you know how to use the character, what you can do. Like this is one point. There is I forget which map it's called, but there's a B site and there's a really long, it's not a hallway, but it's just like a really long aisle, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You can jump someone on the box. This one chick that has like the ice or whatever, she can make the ice wall.
Yeah.
She can put the ice on the box, lift the guy up over the building, And so this guy is over a building looking. He can see the whole B long, and it's hard
Mm,
for people to see him because they're not expecting some person to be on the rooftop
yeah.
of a building sniping them.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah.
Once people start figuring this stuff out, the skill gap is going to increase.
Oh yeah. I we were talking about that in your uh chat that one day that you were playing it was at first I'll be honest, I didn't like the idea of the abilities being thrown in there, but that's because I'm a casual player of CS:GO and Valorant. I suck at the games competitively. I like to play them for fun. I suck at them competitively compared to
Yeah, that's the problem with games like these is they're made to be played competitively.
exactly. And
Absolutely love it.
yeah, so when I was coming into Valorant, I was like, okay, so, and this is a good thing. I've decided this was a good thing. We talked about it in your chat. But my first thought was, oh, okay. So, CSGO is already incredibly skill based with your just reflexes and aim and learning gun patterns, learning the layout of the maps, learning the best angles to hold, the best weapons to buy for you, the best things to invest in and stuff like that. And there's just a lot of memorization that goes into it, and then on top of that, a lot of actual just raw skill that you have to practice for. So we have CS:GO, and now my casual ass has to worry about that plus verticality because of enemy abilities and worry about enemy abilities in general. Like, oh shit, I can hear the humming of the tripwire, the invisible tripwire thing, so I know that thing's got to be fucking close to me. And, I walk into a hallway, oh fuck, there's all of a sudden an ice field below me, and I gotta worry about shit like that. So as a casual player, I was like, fuck. Not only do I have to now get good at the CSGO skill stuff, I also have to get good at and memorize these other abilities and be able to not only react horizontally, but now vertically too, because of things like that. And then there's Jet that can't. Isn't that the character who can throw themselves up in the air, like jump up really high? And
Yeah, I think so.
and then shit like that. So that's a good thing ultimately because that makes it more skill based, I would argue, than CS:GO. Because now there are more things you have to practice and be prepared for. So ultimately, I think it's a good thing too to go back and give my answer to that question as well. I do think the characters and abilities are refreshing and positive thing, mechanic to put into these games because it just, to me, it makes it better, more skill based. Now, I'm going to touch on this real quick because there's a lot of people that have been complaining about this. I don't know why. I love it, but I don't know why. What do you guys think of the animation style in this game? Like the color palette and just how
Like
cartoony it is.
Overwatch looking.
Yeah.
I don't mind it because people are a lot easier to see now. I will say that there's been a few times on Counter Strike where if someone's in a dark corner, sometimes it's hard to see them. But so far, I haven't had that issue with Valorant yet.
Yeah.
I like anytime someone pops around the corner or someone's sitting around the corner, I see them because
Yeah.
they stick out a little bit more.
Aren't
So
there,
that's nice because it's hard to see people on Counter Strike sometimes.
yeah. Don't they also have outlines
I don't even remember.
on Valorant?
I think only on your teammates.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
know.
through
I know.
walls.
Like you can't see. No. I'm not talking about that. I mean, when when enemies, don't they enemies have outlines?
I don't
Maybe
think
not.
so.
I don't know. But
Not sure.
I can't remember now. It's like such a natural thing, I guess, now that I just. But yeah, it does. It does seem like it's a lot easier to see the characters and They do? Yeah, Valiant says they do have outlines when you actually sell them. I thought there was a red outline when they, like, came around corners. They had an outline, too. Besides just, being default red outlines. Yeah, it's in the settings. It's in the fucking settings. You can change the color of the outlines. So yeah, I should have known that. But yeah, that's another thing that makes the enemies stick out as well. Now, if you see a head pop out, you're not just going to see a head pop out. You're going to see a head with like a cartoon little cel-shaded style red outline on them too. And I think that definitely helps with visibility as well. But I wasn't necessarily referencing the fact that people are comparing the animation style to Overwatch, because I haven't seen a whole lot of people actually compare it, the looks of it, to Overwatch, besides, say, they're both cartoony. But it seems like a lot of people at first were really dogging on the game for looking, as they said, very bland. I don't think it looks bland at all.
No.
Yeah, I think it's colorful.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks prettier and more like, to me, no offense to the CS guy over here, CS God over on the left side there, but CSGO to me looks like shit. Not just because the graphics are bad and old, but I don't like the animation style. It looks like an old 90s game tried to do a realistic graphic animation style, and it looks like shit to me.
Well, basically what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically, yeah. But, and it looks like that, though. Valorant doesn't. It didn't give itself a dated look because it's cartoony. That's not dated because it doesn't look like anything in real life. So I think that's the best thing they could have done. But I don't know. I had to touch on that, though, because for some reason that was a big thing when the alpha footage and stuff was going around, was people were like, this game looks so bland, I'm not going to play it. And ultimately, I think that was a lot of the CSGO people that play CSGO and are salty that there's a new one. Because for some reason, there's people like Symphus who are sick of Valve's shit and CSGO and want something new. And then there are people like the opposite of that who are like, CSGO will never die. I stand CSGO and like are supporting it to their fucking death. And that's stupid to do. You should always be ready for video games to innovate, because they always will, because they're fucking video games and they're technology. So when the technology progresses, you're gonna get better games too. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
I got a buddy that I was just talking in Discord earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely dogging on Valorant, says he hates it, and said that but he loves Counter-Strike,
Mm-hmm.
but he absolutely hates Valorant, but he has yet to play it.
See, that's my thing. And I mean, I do it too once in a while, where I see a game before it comes out and I'm like, oh, that looks like shit, or or it looks good. I think everyone does. That's just, everyone judges a book by its cover. That's just life at this point. And I had a YouTube video where people were giving me shit because of, I played 3 games. Well, before I did my first video about it, I did 3 games of Doom Eternal's battle mode and decided I didn't like it. People were like, you can't decide after 3 games. I didn't like it at first, but then I played it more and more and I liked it. I'm not going to sit there and force myself to like any fucking video game ever. If I don't like it at first, I don't like the fucking game. That's the way I judge it. If I play 3 games and I don't like it, I don't like it. But they were trying to give me shit because they're like, you played 3 games and lost and didn't like it. No, because I used to lose all the time on Call of Duty, and I still love Call of Duty. So we lose 90% of our Warzone games and Plunder games, and here we are fucking running back in like some dumbasses. But, so, I don't know. So, but at the same time, it's like, if you haven't actually played it, though, can you actually, like, unbiased say a game is bad? No.
No, you can't.
That guy is 100% judging because he likes CSGO and doesn't want to stop playing CSGO, so he doesn't want to switch. So he thinks the game looks like shit. I don't know the guy personally, but just from what you said, that's my takeaway from that. And that's going to be my takeaway for any game. If Valorant kills Overwatch, there's going to be Overwatch people that are like, I'll never stop playing Overwatch. But it's like, yeah, but Blizzard are pieces of shit, and Overwatch is unbalanced at this point, and it's just going down the drain. So,
See, like, it would have been different if he would have said this, because he said he hates Valorant already. But it would have been different if he says he wasn't like interested in it or something, like something else, because like he hates it, but he hasn't tried it yet.
yeah.
And that doesn't make sense to me because he loves Counter-Strike, so part of him should like Valorant a little bit.
Yeah.
But instead, he's just straight up absolutely hates the game. It's stupid. It's the worst game possible. And to me, that didn't make sense.
Did he straight like say that? Like he thinks it's the
Yeah,
worst
while we were
game?
sitting in Discord, because then he started making fun of us for playing it.
Jesus.
So I was,
Did you tell him to fuck off? Or is he a friend?
I mean, he's a friend, I guess.
don't know,
An
man.
online friend, I guess you could say.
I don't know.
But,
I'm not friend. Like, I don't care if we disagree. I'm not gonna be friends with somebody that's like straight. Like, even if we disagree on religion, politics, blah blah blah, I'm not gonna hate you if you hate the game that I play. But if you make fun of me for playing the game I play, if you make fun of anyone for the game they play, for enjoying something, enjoying themselves, what kind of piece of shit are you? That's a bad person to me. Sounds like a loser. Sounds like a loser.
Yeah, it was kind of random to me because like he's a cool dude. Like we play Rocket League together.
Yeah.
We play Counter Strike. Hell, we've even played Minecraft together.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy. This just kind of came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if here's the thing. I don't know if he's mad because he still hasn't got a key for it.
That might be it. Yeah.
My guess is that might be it.
Also, I wanna say I don't mean to offend you for insulting your friend. I just to exaggerate a little bit what I mean on that.
It'd be
That's
different if
why I
it
do
was Waddy, but I don't care about him.
that. Waldy's a piece of shit and I hate him. Let's stop talking to him. And then they both stopped talking to me. But
Hey, am I right, Zach?
what?
On the Discord.
Now you're all the way to the left.
No.
Like
Oh.
in the chat.
Oh, in the Discord?
Yeah, the Discord chat.
Uh,
Because he posted on your Discord, and if I think this is who I think it is.
he posted on my Discord?
Yep.
When did he post
But
it?
it's on general. He posted it yesterday at 2 p.m.
Yesterday at 2 p.m.
It's on general. It's like I mean, I can see it without scrolling up. This. Hang on, let me type it in.
I'm not seeing it.
Is this the one?
What? Oh, did you type it in our thing? Oh.
I don't see anything in
Yeah, I don't see that.
general.
Oh, he might have said something. I deleted it because I did delete some comments that were said, but I'm not seeing his message talk about Valorant. Or did he? Or was he talking to you about Valorant
Wait, what are you talking about?
on my Discord? General?
We're talking in
Yeah,
the
yeah, no,
Discord we're in right now.
Yeah,
we're
I
talking
saw the picture, but I don't see his messages on my Discord about Valorant.
No, I didn't say it. I was talking about the picture, not Valorant.
Oh, okay. But he was talking to you about Valorant in your chat or something?
I think you're confused, Zach.
No, I think you're confused, Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who this is in the picture. Is who I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, I didn't even see. Honestly, I didn't even see that picture until until just now.
Yeah.
I was
That's who
talking
that
about
is.
who was-
Yeah, you're
I
right
was-
about who
yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
you're right about
But
that.
in my Discord, he didn't say anything about it.
No, me and you have the same idea. I was talking about who was the one that was dogging you.
No, he's on a completely different Discord.
I know. I
Oh,
was asking
never
who it
told us.
was. That's why I said who is it?
He's
That's
not
why
online right now.
Oh, that's fine. I wasn't gonna tell you.
I don't I don't
say his
remember.
name out loud.
Yeah,
That's why
I don't
asked you.
remember his name because for some reason I think Brutta changed his name on Discord, so I don't remember his username.
Okay.
I was just trying to figure out who that was in the picture, if that was actually who I thought it was.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and why he looks like a Nazi.
Yeah. Yeah, I told him to shave it. But, yeah, to go back to it, I think ultimately a lot of people are just jealous that they can't play, or they want to play, or they want to play CSGO forever, and they don't want it to ever die. You know, I think that's generally the idea of why, you know, they hate it. Or they're saying they hate it, at least. Because ultimately, you don't know. You don't know unless you play that fucking game. I don't care if you play one match and say you hate it, but at least play a match. At least play the game.
Yeah, he hasn't even touched it yet. So, well, I'm gonna wait for him to play it first.
Yeah.
Then, if he says he hates it, that's fine. But he still hasn't touched it yet, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, down the line, because we've already said it, the hype's going to die down for Valorant. It's going to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's super hyped right now,
Yeah.
but that's
And
going to go down eventually.
a lot of people are talking about the fact that it's got crazy amount of, like right now it's got 803,000 viewers and it's nighttime. And there's also a League of Legends, I think, tournament or something going on right now, and all kinds of stuff. So, but in the daytime, it's got like over 1 million fucking viewers all the time. And people are talking about that like it's a crazy thing.
195K right now.
Yeah. And that is a crazy number, don't get me wrong. And they're acting like it's super fucking crazy, and it is.
Yeah, he's
to an
been
extent.
like the last few days. He's been jumping all the way up to 300,000. Which
Yeah.
is
I mean,
a
he's
crazy
gotten
fucking number.
like over what 25,000 subs in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And-
freaking insane.
Yeah, that's cool shit. But that's
Summit
also because
literally has like the viewers of a tournament of League of Legends going on.
yeah,
It's fucking
yeah,
crazy.
for one person.
I mean, most people are there for the key.
Yeah.
I mean, like probably 30,000, or well, I wouldn't say that. Probably around 20,000 to 30,000 is probably like there for Summit because they watch Summit anyway.
Yeah.
But then the rest pretty much just add on to
Yeah,
they
that's
want a
his-
key.
That's his usual average, is
He's
20 to 30.
he's a big streamer. He's been putting the third day he streamed, he put 20 hours. The second day he streamed it, he put 19 hours.
God.
And today he put 21 hours. He's been putting a fuck ton of hours.
So he doesn't
into
sleep.
stream already. Yeah, I mean he's already streaming, and it's fucking crazy, dude. He's put a lot of time.
I've been watching him pretty much since he started today.
Yeah. And
He's put about 8 hours in today already.
yeah. And like
I should be able to go to videos.
Bearded doesn't watch a whole lot of Twitch in his spare time, like a whole lot, compared to a lot of people that watch Twitch. But he's been watching a lot lately, and just like there's other people.
I just want the key.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people don't give a fuck. They have it on the background or on another computer or something else in their house.
People are
while they're
making
doing their own things.
Valorant bots to
Yeah.
try to get a key. They're literally
Exactly.
making extra accounts just to watch them to
Yeah.
try to get a key.
That's how much people want this fucking game. And so I don't think necessarily that means the player base, like, hype will die down. That definitely means the Twitch hype for it will die down eventually. And once the game releases for sure, I'd say at first, at least after the game releases, it'll have maybe a good 500, 600,000 viewers still for the first week or so, but it probably drifted back down to about 200,000, which is still good.
I'll bet you
That would still be the top most
still
days.
get more than that.
Maybe after.
I feel it like about when it first. Well, I guess you're maybe not. I guess you're right, just because of how many people are watching this just to get the stream key, so I can see it there.
Yeah, there's a
so
fuck ton
that
of
may
people.
be pretty accurate.
Once the game comes out,
Yeah.
It definitely dropped quite a bit.
Yeah,
200,000 is
probably,
still.
Oh
top.
yeah, I mean, I just
Like-
meant for like the first week.
Yeah. For the
Like,
first
I feel
week,
like the
yeah,
first
I would definitely
week-
have a lot.
I was saying the first week, I feel like it may be more than that. I think it might be up to close to 700, but that like I said, that is pushing it a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, for the first week it definitely might, but I'm just saying after the first week, after the first month maybe, some games stay on top for a while. It'll go down. I think it will stay on top of Twitch for a good while as long as the game
think it
stays
will.
balanced and competitive. But so
I think it's here to stay.
yeah. Do you? I'll bring it up just because it is Valorant related. The character that's a fan favorite to hate right now is the person with the rocket launcher, the chick with the rocket launcher. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think there should be any character that has like
I haven't
what is it,
seen
like
anybody
3 or
play
4
her yet.
explosive abilities?
Okay, it's hard to say. I mean, yeah, I fucking hate that rocket launcher because they'll one-shot you.
Yeah.
But then again, a sniper, a regular Vandal can one-shot you in the head.
Yeah, but that rocket
throwing knives
launcher
can
does
one-shot you.
AOE damage too.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. If they lower the AOE damage, I think it'll be fine. Because, yeah, I mean, it's going to suck getting blown up by an RPG and like a Counter-Strike game because that's not what we want to.
No.
Yeah.
We don't
I mean,
want
I
to get hit
watched-
by a rocket launcher. We
I
want.
watched Summit, and this person with a rocket launcher took out 3 people in one shot.
Mm. Oh yeah, I did. I did
I think
the other
that's
day.
yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. Now, here's the devil's advocate argument to that, since that's becoming a regular thing I do now. Now, like you were saying, and you were getting on that track for a second there, Symphis,
That I got
Is
cut
it?
off.
is it so unfair when
Yes.
this just about the same amount of time that it takes that person to whip out the rocket launcher, jump, and shoot and kill 3 people? Someone like Shroud could have opped 3 people in roughly maybe 2 seconds longer of time if they're good. So
Yes, because you have to be more precise with an op.
yeah, but a lot of people still don't consider opping the most skill-based thing, and it's not.
It ain't,
because it's a
but I'm not-
one-shot fucking gun anyways.
I ain't saying it is. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's more skill based than shooting a rocket launcher.
Yeah, but that's only gonna happen maybe 2 to
They just need to
3
lower
games.
the AOE damage, like the AOE, because I feel like the radius is too big. Because it got shot to my right before. I was clearly I should have been far enough away where I didn't die, but I still died. Because that thing does a lot of damage from even like.
It's not the point of how long it takes. Like you said, it may take a long time to whip it out or whatever, but
Well, my thing is
you
the
can do that behind a wall with an op. Every time you make a shot, you have to put yourself out in the open.
Yeah,
So,
and you
yeah,
do with
you
the
can
rocket launcher too.
Yeah, but it's one time, not 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but they can op you out of the sky when you jump up with the rocket launcher too.
Okay, that's true.
It's what I'm
But
saying.
I'm
What I'm
just-
saying is, there's a way to combat it. It's technically speaking, it's a balanced ultimate. The thing I think that makes her unbalanced is the fact that she has that. She also has 2 nades, where if you get hit directly by the nade, not like
those
just
fucking
on
things
some of the
destroys
splash
you.
damage, but if you get hit directly by the nade, like right in the center of it, you're dead. And you also have the little robot thing that goes on the ground, and if it sees enemies, it tries to
that
home
one
in
I'm
on them.
fine with. That one
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
I
you can shoot it and
destroy
blow it
that
up.
thing. My
And-
thing is the problem, like, because how she did it is she was behind the wall, She pulled out her rocket launcher. She hit the jump thing, flew around the corner, and so of course I'm aiming straight. I'm not aiming up in the air. Then all of a sudden I have to calculate to aim straight up in the air to hit her. But by that time she shot her rocket launcher because it's AOE. She doesn't have to be precise with it. She just has to get close. And so by that time it's too fucking late. I'm dead. I can try to shoot her on her way back down before the rocket hits me, but it's almost impossible.
Would you be okay if they balanced it in the way where, like you said, they at least took down the AOE range?
I'd be fine with it.
Yeah,
take down the AOE range. I mean, that's
fine.
That's the way to balance it.
Make it where she has to get somewhat close with that rocket launcher.
Yeah. Either way, I was just arguing there because I play her, but two, I don't know.
It's hard to argue that though.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you want to see someone get pissed off at it, watch. It's a YouTube video right now. It's Summit, Shroud, and all them versus the devs. Summit gets super pissed off because of that chick because he just keeps getting rocket launched. It's not too hard to get your ultimate on this game. You can pick up those orbs, or if you get a kill, it adds to your ultimate. I mean, hell, like if you aced one round, you pretty much have your ultimate the next round.
Yeah. Well, see,
it's fucking crazy.
My argument for that, though, the reason why I don't think it's super unbalanced necessarily is because unless you're really good, and I'm not, so I'm speaking from that standpoint, I'm not very good, so I'm going to get my ult as her on an average game for me, which is still negative KD. I'm going to get my ult for her and use it maybe 3 rounds out of the total however many.
Yeah,
maybe 3 or 4 rounds. Now, if I'm someone like Shroud and I'm pulling aces, but you earn those kills and you're already probably kicking so much ass, you're so far ahead that does it really matter at that point that you're able to get your ult that much? Because technically, you can get your ult that much. Technically, if you're that good, you could get your ult that much as any character and do any of their ults that many times, and they're still. And if you're good with
the other ults are not that powerful. My ult is decent, but you can see it coming from a mile away because it charges up, it loads up. You can just move out of the way.
Yeah,
that's the only bad thing.
There's Savo's ult is still pretty OP because it goes all the way across the map, and if you happen to note, say all the way across the map, there's 2 guys fighting, and they have a line of sight thing on the map on this game where you can see what your teammate sees wherever they're aiming. So say these 2 are going back and forth fighting, and you aim 100% that way, and this guy's paying attention to that fight. If you aim for people like that with Savo's ult across the map, not super close to you, you're gonna do similar fucking numbers just with that.
Which one's his ult?
He shoots the big giant arrow beam through the walls all the way across the map.
I don't know. You can still kind of get out. I mean, obviously, if you're not paying attention, that's not really.
Yeah, but if you are paying attention, then you can get out of the way, right? So if you are paying attention, you can also kill the rocket launcher chick before she gets there if you're good enough.
Well, it's not the point of killing her in time. It's the point of how much damage it does.
Yeah, I'm not arguing the rocket launcher's damage. I'm arguing I don't think the character is unbalanced necessarily because of the damage. Because if you're good enough, you can still take her out before it's done or move. Because she yells very loudly when she pulls her rocket launcher out. Just run away from whatever corner you're protecting for a second, and you're good. You're not going to get hit by that rocket launcher. There's still balanced ways to take on that rocket launcher, is what I'm saying. So I don't think necessarily the character's unbalanced, or really that they even need to balance her even anymore. Because honestly, there's, like I said, there's ways around it.
Nah, still OP.
I mean, yeah, it's OP, but all ults are technically OP in their own way. They're supposed to be. They're ults, their ultimate abilities. They're supposed to be able to do some stupid shit. And I mean, that's the way with any game like this, Overwatch or anything. Ults are constantly going to be debated whether they're balanced or not, because they're all going to be super fucking strong. I mean, God knows Reaper's ult, no matter how many times they buff and nerf it, it's still fucking stupid strong on Overwatch. So, and there's people that for a long time have been saying, take his ult out of the game and give him a new one, because of how strong it is. So, but at the same time, you can kill Reaper while he's doing, like, right before he does that, or right after he does that, if you get out of the way of it. There's ways to combat that, and there's ways to combat every ult. The only reason this ult is getting debated so hard is because it could kill 3 people at once. But Savos could kill multiple people at once, and he can shoot it 3 times. The rocket launcher is only 1 shot, and it could kill several people if they're grouped up. Don't be grouped up. Any FPS game teaches you that. There's all kinds of things that could kill people in one group. So what I'm saying is, I don't think it's very unbalanced. Don't group up like a bunch of idiots next to a corner. You won't get rocket launched. If they solo ult one person...
Taylor said that he was far enough away he shouldn't have died and still died.
Yeah, that AoE is pretty fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
to me.
the AoE.
I tried to run away and I still didn't fucking make it.
I mean, that's the only thing that.
As come around the corner, I ran.
AoE damage just needs to be dropped a little bit.
I'm fine with how she is. Just make the AoE less distance. Just like shorten the distance a little bit, and I think she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because I'm fine with getting one-shotted by an ult. It's a fucking ult. That's what it's supposed to do.
I've
but at the
seen
same
clips
time, don't make it such a fucking big range.
Yeah. I've seen Summit. I've seen clips of Summit, and I think Shroud as well. I don't know if it's from the same video, but Shroud getting mad at the rocket launcher chick, and some other streamer. I think Tim Tatman as well. But it seems like they got mad at her every time. But I looked in the kill feed, and most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time that I've seen these clips, she solo ulted them. So say she wastes her solo ult on them, someone else moves in and kills her, no problem. It was just a 1-for-1 kill. So unless it kills your whole fucking team and you're all pretty spread out and it still kills your whole team, I don't really see a reason to even debate it, really, as I don't see an issue with it. That being said, I've only ever used it like once. Even though I've gotten it several times through a game, gotten the chance to use it several times, I've only used it like once. So I'm only speaking from the little bit of experience and what I've seen. Either way, we don't have to debate that anymore. I just wanted to give that side its light, because there are actually a decent amount of people on Twitter and in the comments on some of these YouTube clips and stuff saying that they like it. They don't think it should be nerfed. And some people saying that they played against it and had no problem with it. So I'm just saying there's another side to that argument, and I wanted to give them their chance. Wrong. They're wrong. But either way, other than that, do you think there's anything super unbalanced about the game right now?
So far, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have too much of a problem. I will say, maybe like shorten the distance on that one dude, because he can teleport from his spawn to the enemy spawn. Now, of course, he does make a noise, but you have to be you have to be at a certain distance to actually hear it. So I mean, that's pretty powerful. Yeah, he can teleport like across the map. It's fucking.
He can only teleport within his vision. If he can't directly teleport.
They teleported behind my spawn before.
Like, if they did that, that's probably a bug or something, because
we were
in
like,
the description...
15 seconds into the game, and he was already in our spawn, because I heard his ult go off. I looked behind me, and he was sitting right behind us, and he had our bomb, because sometimes what we'll do is we'll drop the bomb down in a certain spot. That way, when we peek out, enemies don't know where the bomb's at. Literally, the bomb is just hiding behind a wall or something.
Yeah.
Because we're out. We don't want to show the bomb. Damn, voice crack. We don't want to. We don't want to show the bomb.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to know what site we're going on. So
Yeah.
we're testing it. But he spawned behind us. Then all of a sudden, he sees the bomb. He can tell his friends where the bomb's at. Then we're just like, well. Then we either get pushed, or when we come back for the bomb, he's watching us, and he'll just kill us.
Yeah. I think that might be a bug or something. Unless, was there a really long stretch of the map where he could do that? Like, see your spawn or anything?
We had it covered. We had 2 go up B long. We had 1 short A. Then we had 2 of us go in bathroom.
Yeah, that had to be a bug or something. We had the map covered. Because it literally says in the description on his ability that anywhere within his range of sight.
It might be a bug because to me that didn't make sense. We were only 15 seconds in the game and he was already in our spawn after he ulted, and there was no way he got past us.
Yeah, have you used his ult?
I haven't touched him. That's why I'm confused.
His ult he doesn't open up the map and teleport somewhere or anything like that. He has to be able to see the spot that he's gonna ult. So that sounds like a bug or a cheater, like a hack to me, because there should be no way that even 15 seconds in that he can see your spawn from there. Because he would have to see it to teleport there. So it sounds like he tried to teleport to a wall or something, and accidentally teleported onto the spawn somehow, or hacked and was able to pick his teleport all the way across the map. But yeah, he shouldn't be able to teleport like that.
Alright, well this one says ultimate from the shadows. You can teleport to anywhere on the map, but it takes a few seconds.
Oh, his ult. Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about his regular ability, because he has a regular teleport ability where he just
I know that one because whenever he teleports, you can just shoot him. Okay. I've seen him do it plenty of times.
That's the one I thought you were
teleport on site.
Yeah, that's the one I thought you were talking about. Okay,
yeah.
The ult, I could teleport anywhere. Yeah.
That, I mean, maybe shorten it to like half the map, maybe. I don't know, not the full map, because.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, 15
that's a big disadvantage.
Yeah, to be fair, 15 seconds into the game though, he could be halfway across the map and then teleport the rest of the way. So even if they shortened it, he'd still be able to
doesn't have to wait the 15 seconds. As soon as those walls go down, he can use his ult. Yeah, so he could be behind us within like 5 seconds.
He's just saying that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
is that
when he gets to, by the time he gets to the walls, and then the walls go down and he can use his ult, even if it was cut down to half the map, he'd still be able to get behind you because it goes about halfway across the map with the walls.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to do something, because, I mean, coming from Counter-Strike, we lock certain places down. We have like 2A, 2B, 1 mid. We do not want an enemy behind us, because as soon as an enemy gets behind our lines, we're fucked. Because when we say if they're going to hit A, we're coming from B to go hit A, and all of a sudden we get shot in the back because they made it through our. We're not expecting someone to be behind us because we had it on lockdown.
But to be fair,
I mean, I'm fine with the whole, like, if he can see it, he can teleport to it. Yeah. But across the map that's bad.
But to be fair, that adds another layer of you having to pay that much more attention to your surroundings and to the audio on the game, allowing something like that. I mean, it doesn't sound...
You still have to be close to hear his ult.
Yeah.
I didn't hear his ult when he got behind.
I don't know, I haven't used him a whole lot to know, but it doesn't... I don't even know if I have him unlocked, but...
I don't know if I do either. I may not.
But he sounds like... I don't know. Because I'm not trying to offend you or insult you, but taking your argument, what you just said, you said, we don't like when someone gets behind us. That doesn't mean that that's unfair that they can get behind you. You just don't like it. But that if you're paying
no one's
attention,
gonna like it. That's gonna fuck a lot of things up.
If you're paying attention and you're good enough with your Twitch skill and stuff like that, if you hear him or have any indication that he's there, it might be one free kill, but or 2 or 3, depending how bunched up people are. But someone should be able to stop him if they're good enough. If the whole team is good enough, even if he gets one, someone should be good enough to put him down. Even if he does that, I'm not saying it's fair, because again, I've never used him, so I don't care to argue whether he's balanced or not. I'm just saying, based on your argument towards it, it sounds like it's more of a personal thing. People just don't like someone being behind them. But to me, that adds another layer on this game of having to pay attention and be that much better at the game.
Well, to me, that it's almost unfair though, because if you don't, if like even if I have my max volume up and he spawns in our spawn, and we can't hear it because he's too far away when he does spawn in. I mean, we're pushed up, we're holding angles, and he's just gonna spawn behind us and just walk until he gets behind us. Then he's just gonna kill us, and he could probably get like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, but
because
assuming that
we're planning on hitting a site, so of course we're gonna be grouped up because it's lanes.
Yeah.
You have to go through something.
I get that.
So we're gonna be grouped up, getting ready to clear corners and go forward.
But what I'm saying is, assuming you guys assuming that Team A is good enough, and Omen from Team B, I think that's his name, isn't it? Omen from Team B ults over here, and you're holding your angles, you're doing what you gotta do, and he kills one of you. If your team is good enough, realistically, technically speaking, someone should be able to now be like, oh, our friend died, and instantly flick over and kill. High level CS plays and stuff like that.
I mean, by the time we turn around, he's going to shoot another one of us.
Maybe, but I've seen more hardcore shit happen, and that's what I'm saying with the ults, though. Everybody's ult could potentially kill multiple people, no problem. Rocket launcher, Savo, anybody could potentially kill that many people with their ult. That's just another way for Omen to do it. He doesn't do it from actually using his ult and getting the kills. He does it from using his ult to... His ult is a mobility ult. It's not an actual attack. So he uses the mobility to get the advantage on the enemy team and could kill 2 to 3 people, potentially. But the rocket launcher could do it too. Savo could do it too. So technically, to me, that doesn't sound unbalanced, because other ones could do the same stuff. You see what I'm saying? I get why it seems unfair, but every ult could potentially cause a 2 to 3 to even ace, just depending how the player uses it. That sounds like a smart way to use it to me. It is,
because then you're going to get advantage. You're going to know which site they're going to.
Exactly.
So, like, he can spawn in, he can walk, he'll be able to either hear which site you're going to, or he can see you which site you go to.
Yeah.
So, then if all of a sudden, if he spawns behind you, he sees y'all go B, then all of a sudden, all his buddies can go straight to the B site and have it locked down.
Yeah, it sounds like a
they got that advantage.
Sounds like a good strategical ability.
It is. It fucking gives you a great advantage.
Yeah.
Because now, okay. Because instead of you rushing B to do a B hit, and there's only 2 guys there, now they're gonna have 4 guys in B, and people are not gonna expect it because they're thinking 2B, 1 mid, maybe 2A, because that's how.
Yeah.
If you play Counter-Strike, that's how it's going to be on Valorant.
But here's the thing. When you're playing a game like that, it sounds like it's the player's fault if they assume any number of people are going to be anywhere. You should never assume just because it's the way people play the game that there's going to be 2 on mid, or 2 on B, 2 on A, 1 mid. You should never assume it. You
don't assume, but that's what most people play. But you're not expecting a full team to be on one site because it's just not smart.
But you should expect that. Like, to play any video game appropriately, if I'm playing Call of Duty and I walk into a room, realistically, I might run into 1 or 2 people. But the way you should play, and the way in real life, if you were a fucking Spec Ops soldier, you should always be trained, and you should always think that there's going to be a full fucking squad there That way you're prepared for it if it happens. So if you
That'd
sit
be
there
dumb.
and get
That's-
there,
It's
but
hard.
if you,
It's hard to comprehend with that from so much Counter Strike.
yeah, exactly. But that's the point of this game is
It's
to
a dumb
completely
move at that point.
maybe. But if they're not expecting it, then the whole team is there and dominates how many people are on the point.
Well, okay, because here's the thing: because when you're on the terrorist side,
Mhm.
you have to push into sight.
Yeah.
They just sit and hold angles, and that's so deadly because when they're holding angles, they have the advantage because as soon as they peek out, they're just gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
So it makes it like a little bit more difficult if they're stacked on a site if
Yeah.
they get some info.
Yeah, but that's a lazy thought process to assume that they're gonna.
It's hard to
play the way you
out-aim
want
someone
them to.
that's already aimed for you.
Yeah, exactly.
because they
But
know.
it's also lazy to just assume that they're gonna play the way you want them to or you're used to. You gotta always be prepared for any strategy to come at you. That's what makes a video game athlete so good. Is they're prepared for that. If you think that they're gonna run the same strategy every time, you've already lost the game.
No, it's stupid. You never do that because then
It
they know
sounds smart to
exactly how
me.
you're playing.
It sounds like it'll win you the game because everyone's prepared for something else entirely. If I'm prepared, if my team is going all on B, and the enemy team only thinks there will be 2 of us, having all 5 of us there is a damn good idea because now that's 5v2 instead of 2v2. It's unfair, but it's smart. The numbers game is always smart. What I'm saying is, strategically, that's not very OP because if this team is good enough, they should always be aware of what's constantly around them, not just what's ahead of them. And I think that's one of the things that makes Valorant so cutting edge and better than CSGO. And eventually Valorant players, I think, will be better than CS players because of the fact that Valorant players have to watch everywhere, 360 degrees, vertical and horizontal, because people can jump above them, people can come around them, and I think that's one of the things that like arena shooters makes arena shooter players so well. They're not used to seeing someone and popping them instantly. They have to watch around them everywhere and be 100% aware at all times of all the surroundings. Is it hard? Yes. Is it doable? Yes. If the team is working together and good. And I think that's what Valorant's trying to do with that and with their abilities. You can't come into Valorant because it plays like CS and assume the same strategies are going to be taken, because they're not going to. You got a whole bunch of people that have never played CS. They're going to run 5 on B, whether you want them to or not. They're going to run 1 guy behind you, 4 in front of you, whether you want them to or not. It's up to you as the player and your team to be good enough to recognize that and do something to combat that. Because if you're not, then sounds to me like that team that wasn't prepared was the poorer team, was the worst team. And that's nothing on them or their skill. That's on their game sense. In any video game, you should constantly be ready, if it's a competitive video game, for the team to do anything. Whether it's a full-on blitz or whether they're playing the normal meta. You see what I'm saying? You might not like it, but does that make it unfair? No. Does that make it stupid in your book? Maybe. But does that make it unfair? No. Or does that make it unbalanced? No. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just... I mean, I get that that's where you come from is CS, and you're used to the way people play CS. And I'm not dogging on you for it or insulting you for it. I'm just saying that to be an even better player than you already are, anyone, Shroud or anyone, needs to be prepared for anything at any time. That's just good game sense. I mean, that's probably what makes me so bad at Valorant, is because I look away from wherever I'm going a lot of the times because I'm used to Quake and Call of Duty and shit where I have to check behind me once in a while. But it has also gotten me a few free kills because the person didn't expect me to turn around and see them and shoot them because I just continuously check behind me. So I just think it opens up a whole new field, like a whole new strategy now for players. Now instead of holding angles and getting prepared for attack from this angle, now you've got to prepare from 2 angles, because in war or anything in real life, any kind of tactical situation in real life, you got to be prepared for people coming from multiple angles. It's silly to assume that it won't be like that. You've got to be prepared for it at all times. That's all I'm saying there. I'm not dogging on anybody, on anyone's play style, on anything like that. If that's the way you play and what you're used to, fine. I'm just saying it's a lot smarter to be prepared for more than that, you know? But either way, so are there any other abilities besides Omen and Raise? Because I do agree in a sense, I don't think you should be able to go just anywhere on the map, because it does seem unfair, because even if it's not that situation, like at this wall over to your spawn, even if it's not that situation, he could potentially go from killing 2 to 3 people on point A to teleporting to B and now killing those guys too. So I do think it's unfair to an extent. And you guys think Ray's rocket launcher ability is unfair. Are there any other abilities that you guys are seeing that you think are unbalanced in any kind of way?
Nope.
What about you, Bearded?
Nah, I don't know. I haven't played it, so.
Yeah. Now, from someone who hasn't played the game, though, just to get a different perspective, what are your thoughts on the game so far? Just like, do you think the game looks balanced? Do you think it looks fun? What are your thoughts in general on Valorant?
I mean, it looks like a good game, I guess. I've been saying that it's always looked good. I think it's here to stay.
Why do you think it's here to stay?
Because it looks like a good game.
I mean, there's a lot of good games that are dead now, so that's not a
Well,
really.
they're obviously not that good if they're dead.
Okay, but so with Valorant coming out, do you think? How do I want to phrase that? With Valorant coming out and doing so good that it has so far, and Legends of Runeterra doing as good as it has, and League of Legends obviously doing as good as it has, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Riot is going to, like, do you think they're trying to just run the fucking gambit on video games right now? Like, in competition with other people?
Oh, I'm sure.
Do you guys think they're going to come with anything else besides Valorant? Like, besides these, do you think they're going to get to an extent that they go, like, for the MMO genre, I don't know, maybe even down to Rocket League? Do you guys think that they're going to keep trying that?
No, they won't do Rocket League.
They won't do
Rocket League
Rocket
pretty
League?
much perfected what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree on that for the most part.
I don't think they'll do anything unless they come out with another something like maybe kind of like a Call of Duty or something.
Mm. So like a casual shooter instead of competitive.
Yeah, I don't think, and if they do, it's gonna be years down the road. I don't think they'll do anything anytime soon, for sure.
Yeah, Valorant took a long time to finally come out.
Yeah.
They've been working on this thing for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not
which
just,
is good.
Yeah. It's not just one team working on these games like one at a time. Legends of Runeterra has a team. Valorant has a team. Also,
I'm just saying I don't think they're
Riot's
gonna.
a huge fucking company.
Yeah. Well, also,
I don't think they're gonna come out with anything new.
Well, also what they're doing with their 2 single-player games that they have coming out, they're basically ready to make a deal with any other developer that comes to them that wants to use the League of Legends world and stuff, And so it's not even really the Riot team that are making a lot of these games. It's teams from other studios and stuff that are making games using their stuff. So I think that does open them up for a few more things. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, if another studio's making it, then they're not making it.
Well, I mean, but they're all Riot-based projects. I mean, because the single-player games that are happening with them aren't made by Riot. They're just using the Riot lore of League of Legends and stuff like that. But they're still considered Riot games. Because I want to say League of Legends is also like that. It's not the Riot team, I don't think, that made not League of Legends, Legends of Runeterra. And do you... I don't know, man. I'm hopeful.
I wouldn't mind them seeing like a WoW.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Like some type of WoW game.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was about to say. I'm very hopeful that, like, in the Valorant engine too, that they could do like with the animation style, at least of Valorant, that they would do a World of Warcraft competitor. Do you think they could pull it off? Just based on what they're doing now.
I don't know.
What about you, Symphus?
I haven't played a lot of their games, so.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you haven't played Legends of Runeterra, League of Legends. Well, how you played?
I played League of Legends, but
yeah,
it's been a long time.
Mm. But do you think with their lore and everything that they? Do you think with the lore and everything that they could potentially produce something maybe better than WoW?
That's a big push.
I don't know. WoW's not that good anymore.
It'll be tough to make something like no one's really seen before.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we have WoW, we have Final Fantasy. Yeah. I mean, they all have like their own spins on it.
Mm-hmm.
But what could Riot do to make a WoW that's like completely different, but also really good?
Yeah.
Like what hasn't been done? I mean, yeah, WoW, like you can run around. There's tons of people everywhere because there's so many people like on a server.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could they? I don't know if maxing it would be any better because then you're gonna have to fight for mobs. Say if you're trying to do a quest, someone kills the quest person that you're supposed to kill, then you have to wait like a few minutes for them to respawn. And
yeah,
I mean, the people, I think WoW kind of nailed it. I don't know what's the server like on Final Fantasy.
Oh,
like,
there's a fuck ton of people on the servers on there.
So
yeah.
it's
there are.
I think they're fine on the numbers. I mean, they have a decent amount. Enough to where if you run around, you'll see somebody. So it doesn't seem like, you're just playing a single player at that point.
Yeah.
But the map's big enough where, like, you can just go anywhere at that point.
Mm.
But abilities, a lot of the abilities are almost the same. Man, I don't know what else they could do to make, like, a WoW, but to make it completely different.
Yeah.
To give it, like, its own perspective. Well, not perspective, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Their own, I guess perspective would be a good word. Their own perspective on it, their own spin.
Yeah. I mean, if they could do it, I mean, that could be big. That might finish WoW. But I mean, of course, you'll have the hardcore WoW fans that they're never gonna leave. But
yeah, I mean, we see that with CS:GO versus Valorant right now. It's people being like, nah.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying CS. A lot of people jump into especially. There's a lot of Counter-Strike pros that are playing Valorant right now, and that's not looking good for Counter-Strike. If a lot of Counter-Strike pros are dipping to Valorant,
oh yeah,
that's not good.
There goes their esports scene. If they want to compete on an esports level, now everybody's got to recruit a new CS:GO team because they're not playing fucking CS:GO anymore. They're playing Valorant. So
pretty much, they're spending that time on Valorant. They're gonna get used to trying to spray on Valorant. They're gonna go back to Counter-Strike. It's not gonna feel the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Counter-Strike might want to step it up. pretty quick before this game comes out.
Yeah. Bearded, you haven't talked a whole lot on this one, mainly just because you're the one on this one with less experience. Do you have any final thoughts towards Valorant or with versus CS:GO or anything like that? Or
I think the gameplay looks a lot better on Valorant. Looking, look wise and everything. It looks like the hit boxes and stuff are better. I think to me it looks like the guns shoot better.
Yeah.
It overall just looks like a better game.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts on Valorant or anything, Symphus? For right now, like just what we've seen right now, what we know. Any advice?
More maps. I mean, there's only 3 right now, which I mean it's fine. I mean, it's beta. It's gonna happen. I mean, they're not out yet. Of course, they said during one of the Q&As they are gonna make more maps, but they want quality over quantity. So that's good. I mean, that's great because if they come out with a bunch of maps that no one likes, no one's gonna play them.
Yeah.
And when they do play them, they're just trying to get that game over with because they want to go play a map they actually like. So I'm fine with them taking a little bit longer on making or like coming out with maps, but definitely bring some more maps out. Like try to make it the best you can, but also try to bring it to the game.
Yeah.
While also making it good. I mean, it's hard because I don't know.
Yeah,
More maps. I mean, I'm not bored with the 3 maps we have yet because there's still stuff we don't know. There's different wall bang spots we don't know. So I mean, once the game gets further down, I think we'll be fine.
Are you interested in more 3-site maps, or would you prefer the?
No 3-site maps. Man,
the classic
that made it so much harder. There's so many like you have to look everywhere.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough being like the terrorist trying to run into a site.
Yeah.
Or actually no, counter terrorists because you don't know which site they're gonna hit.
Yeah.
Now, like instead of just having 2 sites that you can kind of like split people apart, now there's 3 sites. Now you have to be wary that they're gonna just run to the middle, hit B, and then your A guys and C guys are gonna have to come in, and it's rough, but I mean, it's unique. I'll give it that.
I think you said it best the other day. You feel like you might be a little spread too thin with 3 sites.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely you're definitely spread. You're spread a lot more on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. It's a cool idea having 3 sites instead of 2. I mean, maybe add like 1 or 2 more maybe with that, but still, I'd keep it with the 2. I mean, I would like just the 2, but other people might like 3.
Yeah, I would say if they were to add more 3-site maps, maybe up the player count on the teams, because it's easier to spread 2-2-2 versus 2-1-2 or whatever. It's a lot more likely someone's going to end up outnumbered on a 3-site map.
Oh yeah, for sure. Normally, if it's a 2-site map, you have a buddy there, like just in case if something happens, you have to run away or you're in a fight, you have a buddy to back you up. With the 3-site, it's a little rough because you have to guard a lot more angles. Because here's the thing, if you don't guard B, they can go through B, then cut off and hit C or A, and they can come up almost behind you.
Oh yeah.
Which is fine, but I mean that's the thing though, is because B also has a window that you can jump in and walk through CT spawn.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Of course, the only way to do that is to have someone on B, but they're going to be left by themselves trying to protect the whole bomb site.
Oh yeah.
And most likely they're just going to, maybe he can take 1 or 2 out, hopefully. If not, they'll just run them down. They'll hurry up and plant. They'll throw up smokes on one side. They'll throw the ice wall up, and then you're almost completely blocked off on that site.
Then you'll
just have to either run through the smoke.
One entrance. Yeah.
It's rough, but it's interesting. I'll give it that. I won't mind. I don't mind like maybe 1 or 2 more 3 maps, or 3 bomb sites. but I would stick with the 2 if I was them. But that's just me.
Would you say it's reasonable to assume you're pretty excited, though, for the future of Valorant?
Oh, yeah.
From here on?
I'm interested to see what all they're going to do.
Yeah.
And plus, they kind of hinted at esports. Of course, everybody knew it was going to be esports. Yeah. It's almost a Counter-Strike game. Esports is probably on their mind. It's definitely on their mind, I would say. But not until the game comes out, they figure a few stuff out.
Yeah, and I mean, I think ultimately that's just what's going to make the game better in the end anyways, is it's just going to take, trial and error and putting characters out, putting maps out, see what is liked, see what isn't, what pisses people off, what doesn't, what I
don't know. I'm sure they're getting flooded with some stuff right now.
Oh, I'm sure they're getting some feedback. I've seen some very vocal people on Twitter. What I mean by vocal is very aggressive people on Twitter.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I mean it's a beta. I mean, don't be aggressive about it. Yeah. I mean, I get mad at some of the stuff. But it's a beta game. I mean, there's changes on the way probably. Yeah. They're already looking into some changes. Yeah. Just play it. The game's not out, and see how the game comes out in like a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Then
basically, don't go. You wouldn't scream at the developer in real life. There's no reason to scream at him on Twitter about it.
Yeah, I mean, they put a lot of hours into this game.
Yeah.
Just give them time. Make some comments. Tell them like what you don't like. What you think should be fixed, but don't harass them. That's not going to help anybody.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to wrap this episode up. Is basically Valorant developers, Riot, whoever is working on it. I think ultimately their work is being appreciated, and
listen to that feedback. That's about it.
Yeah, they're doing good work. And if they just keep listening to the feedback, listening to the people, that'll be the best way to do it. And I'm excited for the future of it, just as someone who watched CSGO stuff but didn't play the game back in the day, and who still isn't good at it, and who won't probably be good at Valorant either. But I'm still going to watch. Because you're fucking already good at it, so I'm going to be watching your come up. And anybody's come up on this game is just going to be crazy amazing to fucking watch. Because of
this gives everybody a fresh start. People that didn't get to play Counter-Strike as early as most people, that kind of got left behind a little bit. This is their chance to this is their chance because everybody's just now playing it, everybody's just now learning it. This is your time to try to get in and learn the game as well. That way you don't get left behind.
Exactly. And with that, to wrap it up, thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch Synthesis come up on this, and obviously this was more of an episode focused for him and CSGO fans and a lot of the competitive game fans. And I'm glad we had this episode because Synthesis doesn't, he plays plenty of games, but he doesn't always play them so much that he has the most input. So we got a lot of input out of Synthesis on that one, and I'm glad about that because his input is probably more valuable than any of ours really on this game. Obviously, we all had something to say about the game though, but I would say for sure Synthesis' input on this game would be the most valuable because he comes from that Counter-Strike background. So if you guys want to watch this come up too, you can find him at twitch.tv/Cenfuss, CENFUSS. I might be in his chat too, helping him, mod or doing whatever. He's been having really good streams lately, and especially on Valorant. So I hope you guys go check him out and watch how good he is. He's also on YouTube at Cenfuss as well, CENFUSS. We've been playing the Hunt Showdown in some of our spare time, and he's got some crazy.
Go check those out.
Yeah, he's got some crazy fucking videos for that. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a first-person shooter survival horror game. Basically, Escape from Tarkov, scary. That's from Bearded Moors himself.
Spooky Tarkov.
There you go.
Spooky Tarkov.
Spooky.
Hey, maybe if you get like an extra Valorant key, well, he doesn't have it yet. Maybe send him a key.
I need a key.
But again, if you want to catch Bearded Moors, he's been streaming kind of recently.
Yeah, I lost the monitor, so hopefully next week I'll have a new monitor to stream better.
So there you go. On twitch.tv/beardedmoors. That's all one word. MORS is how you spell Moors at the end. All caps on that. He's got a skull with a beard kind of logo. That's how you'll know him. Go check him out sometime. Give him the follows and stuff as well. You can catch me on... Oh, also he has a Twitter. Bearded Moors for Bearded Moors. Then you can catch me on any fucking social media under Zenith Darksky. In some way...
I have an Instagram now, too.
Oh, you have an Instagram? Oh,
snap.
yeah. He has an
Instagram.
Instagram for his...
Yep.
Yeah, you can catch him on Instagram
Big
now,
moves.
too. Hell yeah.
Big
He's
moves about Bearded.
moving on up, man. Finally. But, yeah. So you can catch him. Also, go in his chat sometimes and talk to him about Game of Thrones. I don't think he has that picture up behind him for no reason. But,
I got more stuff. I just don't have them hung up yet.
yeah.
Tell him how you feel about the season ending.
Oh, you shut up. Just go.
But we'll have a whole episode about Game of Thrones one day. Don't worry. When they finally throw out like a really good Game of Thrones video game, we'll we'll do an episode. But it'll be full of spoilers.
You think they would do like a Telltale
They already have.
on Game of Thrones?
They
Oh,
have.
they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have one. It's
I wonder
really
if that's
good.
any good.
It is. I played it. I've streamed it on YouTube a long time ago.
I know they have it for like Walking Dead, pretty
Yeah.
much. But
Yeah, they have one for Game of Thrones.
I know they had one for
pretty
that.
good. I liked it.
I might have to try to get that.
Yeah. You can catch me on any social media under Zenith Darksky, twitch.tv/Zenith Darksky, on YouTube, Zenith Darksky, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not going to say it again. You know it. But yeah, go there. Hit any of us up with any feedback, topic ideas. Whether you agree with us or disagree with us, it doesn't matter. Talk to us about the podcast, though. We're not, like, shy about the podcast in our own social medias and stuff. So, hit us up about that stuff. Also, darkskygamenews@gmail.com. That's another good place for the feedback and stuff. That is so far the podcast like email, but also my business email as well. So that's where you go for that. You can catch us on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, or Apple Music, or whatever. Blueberry, TuneIn, Podbean is the one that hosts our podcast, so that's where you can catch it too, or you can catch it live.
Like the one I use.
Yeah, or you can catch it live on my Twitch, Zenith Darksky. Again, if it gets to a point that we're getting decent amount of traction, we'll look into its own social medias and Twitch and stuff. But for right now, I wouldn't say it's there yet. But also on my personal YouTube as well. You can catch it there. And, I mean, we'd be glad to have you guys stop in there and watch and leave some comments as well. But, anyways, thank you guys again for watching this episode of Dark Sky Gaming Podcast. And we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
You didn't wait as long that time. I'm proud of you.
He's a changed man.
He's a changed man.
You just wait till next time now, buddy.
Oh, no.
He's gonna wait 5 fucking minutes, walk away, come back.
You done fucked up.
Shit.
Damn.
God damn it. Thank you guys in the Twitch chat for watching today. It wasn't as active in terms of opinions and stuff on Twitch chat. Valion had some opinions earlier, or not opinions, facts about Dota. Because of, Dota just has more crowdfunding, and but it was bigger than Dota by a multitude of millions, he says. I don't know if he meant players.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. I looked
or what.
it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dota doesn't do fantastic anymore. Dota stopped doing fantastic a long time ago. But, yeah. Bunny Bacon thought said that he thinks it's a merge between Overwatch and CS, and we've said that, and ultimately I tend to agree with that. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching on Twitch. I appreciate it. Remember, tomorrow I'll be on Prima Games, streaming my Saturday Night Fright thing. We're playing Resident Evil 2 Remake tomorrow night. So, that'll be fun. That'll be an adventure. Hope to see you guys. Catch us over on Prima Games. They actually followed me today. So, that was cool.
Oh, snap.
Oh, wow. I'm a big name now, Daddy. Jesus. But, so yeah, catch me over there. Feel free to go over there and drop those guys a follow as well. Drop these two dudes a follow if you haven't already. Bearded Moors and Simphus. I mean, we wouldn't have a podcast without them. Trust me, I tried. I had an episode by myself. It did all right. But it wasn't our worst episode, I'll say that. In terms of viewership and listeners and stuff. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching on YouTube as well. Remember to hit the sub button, like, share, comment, especially comment with feedback and stuff.
I'm always looking for a comment.
Oh yeah, I'm running dry on topic ideas. I've still got about 10, but that's 10 weeks. So obviously though, if there's other games that come out like Valorant, as big as Valorant or this or that, we might do, if we're all playing it and we all have experience with it or at least opinions on it or something, we might do another episode super focused on it. I don't know. I think in terms of conversation, this was a pretty good one. Me and Simphus talked more than probably any of us, and
you got a little bit more Simphus this time.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that. We don't get much Simphus very often. So, a little less Bearded Moors. But then again, there's 3 of us. There's no, perfectly even way for us to distribute time. But, yeah. So, I think it was a pretty good episode in terms of conversation and everything, though. And I hope you guys did, too. And I'm glad you guys were here. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Prima Games at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you.